Well, welcome to the Writer Reads Flash Fiction from another 365 days of flash fiction, month 5, day 13, Catnip and Star Anise. Now, this is the way to spend a day off, Kyton declared, flopping onto his back on the carefully tended lawn. The view above was one of which he'd never tire. Earth, the world of his ancestors, hung above him, still mostly red and brown, still sick from the wars that had been waged and the lack of care his and humanity's forebears had shown. But it had survived. For you, maybe, his daughter snarled, her green blue eyes sparkling with annoyance. She was weeding the garden like he'd told her, her small face scrunched with disapproval. You planted it, he reminded her, the mild tone of his voice a warning. You didn't say I couldn't, she retorted. I shouldn't have had to, he reminded her. Anise is a controlled substance on Luna One. And it had been ever since the first hunters had used it to try and draw the wares out of the human population. You can't go around planting it just because your latest boyfriend dumped you. Why not? Telly demanded. It's not like he didn't deserve it. On that, Kyton silently agreed. But Stella had put her foot down. What Telly had done was dangerous and irresponsible, even if it was well deserved and a punishment fitting the crime. Roland had tried to make his adoptive daughter high enough on catnip to override her inhibitions. Unfortunately for him, catnip only made her hyper, not stupid, and she'd outrun and outhidden him until the effects wore off. And then she'd gotten into Stella's licensed crop of star anise and planted it in one of the boy's favourite haunts. If she hadn't gone overboard and sent him a planter of the stuff, her little nature project might have gotten out of hand and affected every wolf on the station. The boy's parents had alerted Stella at about the same time Kyton had stepped on the garden bed Telly had put in. He'd gone running for hours, doing circuits of the conservatorium to run through the after effects, over and over and over again. Right after he'd locked the doors and called Stella for help. The effects of the dart were still wearing off, and he couldn't think of a better place to let that happen than here, watching the world turn below them, and his adopted daughter make amends. The sentinels are ensuring he'll make better choices in future, he reassured her. Which is? She demanded. The effects of an overdose of star anise aren't pleasant, Kyton told her mildly. And then there's apologizing to the other cats on the station. She snickered. There'd been a time when she'd been the only one, but that had changed, and the other cats were retired mercenaries, older and experienced fighters with devious minds. Tally liked her adopted uncles. Can I visit? She asked, and Kyton shook his head. Not until we're sure Roland's got the message. When he gets out of the tank, you mean, she corrected. Maybe, Kyton admitted, although the boy was going to be in and out of the tank for weeks. Shifter justice was tough for a reason, and neither the wolves nor the cats wanted Roland running free among them until they were sure there wouldn't be a repeat offence. Tally had gotten off lightly.